Good morning, you're very welcome back. Now, please note that viewer discretion is advised, for the following conversation is around baby loss awareness.
We're joined by two incredible guests supporting baby loss awareness, Nina Doyle from Féileacáin and Brenda Casey, bereavement and loss midwife at the National Maternity Hospital. It is so lovely to have you both here. Thank you so much. And Nina, I'm going to go to you first because the issue of baby loss is something that is very close to your heart. It's become your life, your vocation, and it's because of your two babies.
It is indeed, yeah. It's because of my two babies, Liam and Grace. Liam sadly was stillborn and Grace was a neonatal death. We had quite a journey to have Liam and Grace. We had IVF, we had 3 recurrent miscarriages, and then we were pregnant with Liam and Grace, and it was just such an exciting time. And, you know, when Liam and Grace were born, even though it was extremely sad, we were just so proud to be their parents. I just remember that rush of unconditional, absolute love, and it was just such a special time.
You had Liam and Grace in you for how long did you have them with you?
6 months. Six months. So just shy of 23 weeks when I went into premature labour.
Could you tell us more about that day?
Yeah, it was just an ordinary Thursday. There was nothing extraordinary about it. It was just an ordinary day in work. I remember driving home after an appointment and just feeling a sudden sharp pain. I remember thinking, oh my God, I'm not able for pregnancy, like I'm such a wuss, you know. But unfortunately, things intensified quite quickly. My waters broke at home and we rushed into the hospital. I suppose I remember we were rushed up we found ourselves in the labour ward. I remember looking at the card and saying to my husband, Alan, like, what are we doing in the labour ward? Like, I'm only 6 months pregnant. They did a scan and they showed us Liam and Grace's heartbeats. And I kind of thought, oh my God, everything's okay, you know, the big relief. But sadly, labour started a couple of hours later. And I remember a consultant coming in and telling us that Liam and Grace were going to be born, but that they wouldn't survive.
What was that like? It seems kind of harsh when you think about it.
I suppose, yeah, I would struggle to put into words the level of devastation, the loss, the fear of having to give birth to babies that were going to die. So I remember saying to Alan, how do I give birth to death? Do you know, because when Liam and Grace were inside me, their hearts were beating, and yet I knew, but sadly my body took over. And the devastation and the fear, the moment I saw Liam, the moment Liam was born and I saw him, and that rush of absolute unconditional love, I couldn't believe how perfect he was. I couldn't believe he was ours. I remember looking at Alan and saying, oh my God, we're parents. And then I felt that urge to push again, and I didn't want to push. But unfortunately, again, my body took over, and 7 minutes after Liam, Grace came breathing into the world. And I remember that beautiful little whimper. Liam had died just before he was born, so unfortunately that silence was deafening. But then with Grace, you know, and she lay up on my chest, and Grace breathed for 31 minutes before she joined her big brother.
It's just most... as parents, it's everybody's worst nightmare in terms of support from the people around you, like the consultant being quite direct to you, but in terms of the midwives and everything else that was provided.
Oh, they were just so lovely and so gentle. I remember I didn't know at the time that the word midwife meant to be with woman, but I felt it. I really felt it. And they were just so gentle and so kind. And I remember afterwards, they were so gentle and kind with Liam and Grace. I remember watching them. They were taking their little ink prints. And I remember thinking, oh yeah, they're looking after them and they're being gentle. And it just meant so much. And I remember them saying the words congratulations. And that meant so much. Like, we were after becoming parents, and it meant so much that the words, you know, congratulations were used.
Mm-hmm. And Brenda, this is where you come in when something unimaginable has happened.
Yes.
You know, you're a midwife and that deals in bereavement and baby loss. So what are those moments like when you're brought in?
Well, I suppose I work as part of a dedicated bereavement team within the National Maternity Hospital. So we have specialist training to guide and support parents. Most women book in to a maternity hospital expecting new life and excitement and their family being complete or continued. So this is devastating, and it's a paradox. It's death before birth. So I met Nina I meet other families, and they're in an absolute state of shock and denial and frustration and fear. So we provide very compassionate care, practical support, emotional support to guide them through those difficult times.
I'm sure guilt and blame is a huge part for parents. What do you say to parents in those immediate moments after?
Yeah, and it's, you know, every woman will blame themselves. They'll be forensic over everything that they did the last few days. Was it that cup of coffee I drank? Was it that box I lifted? They feel guilty if they have other children. I wasn't minding this baby. I was too busy with my other children. And most parents, in my experience, they ask the question, why did this happen and will it happen again? So we play a role, with our medical colleagues in trying to find out why this happens. And I suppose it's important for your listeners to know as well that most pregnancies are healthy and parents continue to have healthy babies. But, there's dedicated teams, medical and midwifery teams that provide bereavement support to families like Nina who've been through this.
It's just so sad to say that, isn't it? Bereavement support for babies.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem right in any way, shape or form. And 1 in 4 women will experience a miscarriage. We know that this is for same-sex couples as well. Like, this can happen to absolutely anyone. So Nina, can you tell us about Féileacáin? Because this has become your life's work for your babies, Liam and Grace.
It has, yes. I remember being offered a Féileacáin memory box. There's memory boxes in all the hospitals, and they're a gift from Féileacáin, and they enable you to make memories with your babies. And then I remember when Brenda came into the room the next morning and she asked me if we wanted to bring Liam and Grace home. And I remember that felt like winning the lotto. That was like, oh my God, we can bring them home. And that was because of Féileacáin. And Féileacáin would bring a cuddle cot to our house. And the cuddle cot keeps the baby's temperature cold, which means that Liam and Grace got to meet their family. And I think because of that, they're cemented in the Doyle family, And Liam and Grace got to feel all that love. And I remember the volunteer, Mary, who's Liliana and James's mum, and she came into the house, and I remember she was sharing Liliana with me, and because they got nothing when their precious babies were born. And because of that, they set up Féileacáin. And that gifted us time with Liam and Grace. Yeah. That weekend was the best weekend of my life. And now to be able to work with Féileacáin and to gift other parents time with their precious babies is just so, so special. And it's how I parent Liam and Grace now.
And your husband Alan as well. Do Féileacáin, are there supports available as well for both partners?
Absolutely, and it's so important because sometimes the dads get forgotten,
Yeah.
In Féileacáin, there's actually, for the Féileacáin fathers, there's a Féileacáin fathers football team. So the idea being that, you go along and the dads weren't really coming to the support group meetings. No. So they set up a football team, and the idea is you have a kick around. But then for the big matches, I remember Alan running out in Dalymount Park, and he had Liam and Grace's name on the back of his jersey. And it was just so special. I mean, we'll never get to stand on the sidelines cheering Liam and Grace on, but we get to make memories in their names.
I know that there is legislation that's changing in relation to, we'll say, after 24 weeks of stillbirth or miscarriage or pregnancy loss, you can now get maternity leave, and they're hoping to bring future legislation down. You campaigned to get your baby Liam on public record.
That's right, that's right.
Because he wasn't before, because he stopped breathing before he came out of the womb. These are really important things for parents, aren't they?
They're so important. They're so important. I mean, I think in the past there was kind of a silence, a taboo around baby loss. And I mean, we don't want our babies to be forgotten. It's actually one of our worst fears for our babies not to be forgotten. I remember finding out that because Grace took a breath, she was fully traceable. But because Liam didn't take a breath, that he wouldn't. So in generations to come, it would look like me and Alan only had one child, and that was Grace. So I joined, there was lots of brave women before me who campaigned. It was one of the aims of Féileacáin when we started, was to open the stillbirth register. And it was so special to share Liam and Grace's story and be part of that campaign. And there's now a public record that parents can put their baby's name on the public record if they wish to.
It's fantastic. Brenda, finally, if people want to get in touch with bereavement services, how do they do it?
So each of the 19 maternity units has a bereavement midwife employed. So there's a really good website called pregnancyandinfantloss.ie. So all details are there. There's a support zone for bereaved parents and there's a professional zone for staff.
Nina Doyle, Regional Coordinator at Féileacáin, and also Brenda Casey, Clinical Midwife Specialist in Bereavement and Loss at the National Maternity Hospital. We really do appreciate you coming in and talking about that with us this morning. Thanks so much.
Thanks
a
so
million.
much.
Thank you.
If you or anyone has been affected by this topic, you can reach out to Féileacáin for support on screen now or visit féileacáin.ie.